Alrighty boys, welcome back to another video, and today let's talk about the best leadership perks down the line. If you haven't seen my series on this, it's pretty much where I go over every single perk and every single skill, and I have a video for every single skill pretty much. Not yet actually, but I will have a video. I have a playlist down below, first link down below. I think I have 4 of them already up. I have roguery up, I have scouting, riding, charm, and today we're going to do leadership. And eventually I'm going to get all of these done so you can have a place to go and see exactly what perks are pretty much the best overall. You know what I mean? I do mention whenever they're, there's like a minor kind of like, oh, if your army's like this, choose this perk. If it's like this, then choose that perk. But usually there are clear-cut choices of which are the best, and I explain each one, okay? So without further ado, let's get right to it. So these are the best ones. If you don't even want to watch the video, I tell you right away, these are the best ones in my opinion. But now let's go over and actually talk about them, okay? First we have is combat tips versus raise the Meeks. Okay, so combat tips, +2 experience per day to all troops and party, +1 to troop tiers when recruiting from the same culture. Versus +4 experience per day to tier 1 and 2 troops, +3 experience per day to each troop in garrison in the governed settlements. So the governor perks obviously aren't going to work because you're never going to really be a governor as your main character. You're never going to be assigned as a governor. So really, this one is only +4 experience per day to tier 1 and tier 2 troops, versus +2 experience to all troops, +1 to troop tiers when recruiting from the same culture. I choose the first one because obviously the 2 experience for all troops I think is a little bit better, because sometimes you need just a little bit of that experience to actually go to the next level. This one only being for tier 1 and tier 1 and tier 2 troops. While it is good and it does level up your tier 1 and tier 2 troops pretty well, I like the secondary as well, where for example, if you are Sturgians, whenever you go to a village or a town in Sturgia, whenever you go to recruit, you have another extra window of recruitment open by default. You pretty much have what the AI has, which is like a little cheat where they can recruit more slots than are available, which I think is pretty good. Next we have is, and by the way, this is what I mean. Let me show you what I mean by slots. You recruit troops, these are the slots, right? I have good relations with these guys, but usually you only start off with like 2 or 3. And with that perk, if you are Battanians, for example, in this example, you'll get this one open as well, or this one open if you only had these 2 open, if that kind of makes sense, right? Or in my case right now, I would have these open as well. Next, we have a fervent attacker versus stout defender. So fervent attacker, +4 starting battle morale when attacking, +50% recruitment rate of tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 prisoners, versus +8 battle morale at the beginning of a battle when defending, +50% recruitment rate for tier 4 prisoners. So I choose the first one first because you're going to be attacking more than you're going to be defending. Really, honestly, in Bannerlord, everybody attacks more than they defend. So I think it's better because you're going to get the morale more than if you are going to have to be defending. Also, the +50% recruitment for tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 troops, prisoners, I mean, you're going to meet more of those prisoners than you're going to meet tier 4 prisoners. While the 50% recruitment rate is great, you're going to meet more of these guys. So, and obviously they can eventually level up, and also there's a perk right over here. Where is it? I'm trying to find the exact perk. This perk right over here, that works exactly with this perk. I'm going to explain that in a little bit. But yeah, overall it's the better choice. You're going to experience more of pretty much both things, those type of prisoners, and also you're going to be attacking more than defending. Next up is authority versus heroic leader. So authority is, first it's a governor thing again, it's not going to work, but you have the +5 party limits, okay, versus +10% battle morale penalty to enemies when troops in your formation kill an enemy. So this is good because it will make them kind of run away. 10% is kind of negligible. I feel like if it was 20-30%, I might have agreed to it. The 5 party size limit, I think is just better overall. I think having 5 more people on your party is just overall the better choice. It gives you more prisoner space, and gives you more party size. So I think it's better. Next, we have is famous commander versus loyalty and honor. So famous commander, 50+ renown gained from battles, +200 experience to troops on recruitment, versus tier 3 troops in your party no longer retreat due to low morale, and +30% faster non-bandit prisoner recruitment. So this one, this is a toss-up, right? Both of these are really good. The renown for battle, really good if your renown is low. 200 experience to troops on recruitment. Pretty much if you recruit like a tier 1 troop, if I'm not mistaken, it automatically goes to a tier 2 troop. But sometimes they require a little bit more depending on the troop type, right? But this is really good. But if you're looking for the late game, you know what I mean, late game you're going to have a lot more tier 3 plus troops. And even if your morale is low, they're not going to retreat. They're going to fight literally to the death, which is pretty good. You know what I mean? Pretty good, in my opinion. So I'm looking towards the future. I think it's really good. And the plus 30% faster non-bandit prisoner recruitment, again, it works off with this too. The tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 prisoners. Again, you'll be able to recruit them faster. As you can see, that's plus 50%, plus 30%. So, you know, it's getting pretty good. They're gonna want to join you really quick, so you can really shuffle through them. And then obviously this one as well, since they're low tiers, they're also going to get you know, experience. It all just culminates into a very good thing. But again, this is a toss-up. Either one you choose is probably going to be good. I just choose this one because I'm looking towards the future. Next wave is Leader of the Masses versus Presence. So Leader of the Masses, plus 5 party size for each town you control, and also plus 5 experience from battles shared with your troops in your party, versus plus 5 security per day while waiting in the town, no morale penalty for recruiting prisoners of your faction. So I chose this one. The 5 party size for each town you control, again, late game, this does add up. And also the 5% experience from battles shared with troops in your party. It's not a lot because regularly, like I think the game already shares experience, so this is only 5% experience on top of what it already shares, which is not too much, but I still think it's a good little boost with all the other boosts that we have. But the presence, in my opinion, it's not great. The 5% security per day while waiting in town, this is done, for example, let's say a town that you own has, like, you know, it's about to have a rebellion. You can pretty much, what's it called? I'm not gonna say negate, or actually, I might be reading this wrong, but it's kind of confusing. But there's 2 scenarios. First, plus 5 security, as in it gives you security, but that wouldn't make sense. So if it does give the town security, well then I guess it prevents a rebellion. But again, rebellions don't happen that often. They're very easy to squash. So I still think more party size for each town you control, plus the shared experience is way better. The no morale penalty for recruiting prisoners, again, it's negligible. Morale is very easy to keep up. You even have this one right over here. So you know you get a lot of people in your a lot of prisoners. Boom, start a lot of battles. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? Go to the tavern, buy food for all your troops, buy all types of food types, and you know, you'll be good. You know what I mean? Win a couple battles. As you can see, it's very easy to keep it at 100. Next we have is Citizen Militia versus Veterans Respect. Citizen Militia, 20% chance of militia to spawn as elite troops, okay, and plus 20% morale from victories, versus plus 20 garrison size in the governed settlements. Bandits can be converted into regular troops. This is an easy choice. Veterans Respect is just a very good perk overall. The secondary effect, we don't have to look at anything else. The secondary effect of bandits being able to be converted into regular troops is very big, because bandits, they hit a tier limit. Not all bandits can, you know, go up to all the way to tier 5, tier 6, but you can pretty much make them into regular troops. For example, most forest bandits are going to turn into Battanian troops. Most sea raiders are going to turn into Sturgian troops, you know, and so forth. Wherever they're located, usually they turn into that kind of kingdom, right? And looters and stuff, they turn into empire troops. So therefore, this is really good. Obviously, if you're going to be recruiting a lot of prisoners, again, it goes well with, you know, all the other perks that we already got. So it's just a very good perk overall. Way better than, you know, the 20% morale from victories. Like, again, morale is not that hard to get in other ways than, you know, to do it through this. And to miss this perk is just criminal in my opinion. Next up is Inspiring Leader versus Uplifting Spirit. So Inspiring Leader, minus 20% influence cost for calling parties to your army, plus 5 experience to troops in your formation, versus plus 10 battle morale in siege battles, plus 10 party limit. So I actually chose this one, even though, again, this is a toss-up. 10 party size, always good, I'll be honest with you. 10 battle morale in siege battles, again, also kind of good. I'm not going to lie to you, because siege battles are harder, and morale does count a little bit more than regular battles. I'm not going to lie there. But the 20% influence cost you know, pretty much having to pay 20% less influence for calling parties in your army is pretty big late game, and it is a perk you get at level 175. Therefore, it's going to be a little bit later game, maybe mid game, where you are calling people to an army. So, you know, it's yeah, just by that alone, you're gonna save a lot of influence. Influence is pretty hard to get. Don't mind my influence right over here. This is just, you know, because I'm testing stuff out. As you can see, everything's 300. This is just for, you know what I mean. But in the regular game, it is hard to actually get this influence up. So this will save you a lot of influence. It does add up over time. Next up is lead by example versus trusted commander. Lead by example, plus 50% recruitment rate for infantry prisoners, plus 10% shared experience for cavalry troops, versus 50% recruitment rates for ranged prisoners, plus 20% experience for troops when they are sent to confront the enemy. Okay, this one, both of them are not that great. I'll be honest with you, for 200, these are both kind of lackluster. But I would always choose ranged prisoners over infantry prisoners. Range is just better overall over infantry. Even in terms of prisoners, it's just range is pretty good, man. It's pretty good. If you can position them well, they can get a lot more kills than infantry can. And then the 20% experience whenever you are sent to confront the enemy, it's pretty much whenever you pretty much choose attack. You know, F1, F3, you attack, they get 20% more 20% more experience for those troops. You know what I mean? At the end of the battle. The 10% shared experience for cavalry troops. Again, this is like, it feels like this perk, like if they would have said 10% shared experience for infantry troops, it would kind of like, you know, go together. But having infantry troops, having one effect for infantry prisoners and one effect for cavalry troops feels kind of wonky in my opinion. This right here has a better synergy overall. Trusted commander is my choice. Next we have is Great Leader versus Make a Difference. So Great Leader, plus 5 battle morale to troops at the beginning of the battle, and then plus 5 battle morale to troops that are the same culture as you. So just overall a lot of battle morale. Versus 100% battle morale to troops when you kill an enemy in battle, plus 10% shared experience for archers. Again, gives you more experience for your archers. Leveling up your archers is very good. Some of them become like absolute aimbot sharpshooters, so I like that. And also the 100% battle morale whenever you kill an enemy, that means you have to actually go into battle with your troops and kill an enemy, not just stand back. I always go in with my troops, and by the time you reach leadership 225, you're probably going to be pretty leveled up in all these other fields. Therefore, you probably have good armor as well, so you're going to charge into battle with them. And whenever you do kill somebody, their morale is going to go up, as you can see, 100%. Very well, you know what I'm saying? Very, very, very good amount. And it's going to make the battle turn in your favor more times than not. This one, it's just a little bit negligible in my opinion. Next, it was Talent Manager versus We Pledge Our Sword. So Talent Manager, plus 10 party size and plus 1 clan party limit, versus plus 1 companion limit, plus 1 battle morale at the beginning of the battle for each tier 6 troop in your party up to 10 morale. The battle morale one is lacking. I think it should have been up to like 20 morale. If we're being honest with you, this is a 250 leadership perk. The secondary effect is lacking. The companion limit, not bad. Having an extra companion, pretty good. But my counter is, now that we can turn companions into actual clans of their own, it does not become that valuable anymore. Now, the 10 party size limit, always good. Always going to say more party size, always better. But the clan party limits, if you're wondering what that means, here's what that means. The clan party limit is this right over here. If you go to your clan, you go to your parties, this right here. Usually, if you're all the way leveled up, as you can see, I'm clan tier 6, you'll only be able to have 4 parties roaming, okay? That includes your party. So without the perk, it would be me, and then I can only have 3 more parties that are roaming around. But with that perk, I can have 5 parties. Pretty much means me plus 4 more other guys. This will make it a lot easier for, especially when you first start a kingdom, for you to have good numbers. This can add, like as you can see, this is one guy has 150, about 150 troops limit. That means you can, it adds pretty much about 150 more troops that are on the field that are working for you. And to be honest with you, that's a lot better than just plus 1 more companion. You know what I mean? So it's in my opinion, it's overall the way better choice. Talent Magnet. The plus 1 clan party limit is huge. Huge. And the last one, Ultimate Leader, plus 1 party size for each leadership point above 250. Obviously, it's the only choice, so it's the best choice. But that's going to do it. Those are my leadership picks. check them out right there. Again, if you want to check out all the other videos of all the other ones, first link down below. I'm going to probably make like 1 or 2 of these videos per week until we're done with all the skills. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.